States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, and make note, all council members are present. There's a copy of the Open Meetings Act. It's posted on the wall right over there. We'll move right into the consent agenda. All items under the consent agenda are considered to be routine by the City Council and will be enacted by one motion. There'll be no separate discussion of these items unless a council member so requests. Approve agenda as submitted. Item B, place on file all notices pertaining to this meeting. Item C, receive and place on file all materials having any bearing on this meeting. Item D, approval of minutes of the regular meeting on July 7th, 2025, as on file in the city clerk's office. Item E, approval of treasurer report of claims in the amount of $1,089,477.70. Item F, approval of Boswell report of claims in the amount of $1,389,332.85. Approval of the BPW report of claims in the amount of $1,423,956.56. Approval of pay request number 6 in the amount of $449,696.93 to Genesis Contracting Group for the Boswell South MSW landfill site entrance facility project. Item I, approval of pay request number 6 in the amount of $871,251.75 to Bruce Excavation for the Boswell South MSW landfill Phase 1S project. Approval of change order number 2 to increase the amount of $1,765.98 and pay request number 1 in the amount of $115,849.32 to M.E. Collins Contracting Company Incorporated for the Beatrice Lincoln Street improvement. Item K, resolution number 7589, terminating the water tank agreement between the city and the utilities and Utility Service Company Incorporated. Item L, resolution number 7590, executing any and all documents necessary to amend Exhibit B and Exhibit C of the contract for Firm Electric Service Contract number 13-UGPR-1073 between WAPA and the city. Resolution number M, resolution number 7591, executing a hangar lease with Air Cowboy, LLC, for the purpose of leasing hangar D9 located at the Beatrice Municipal Airport. And item N, resolution number 7592, terminating the statement of work agreement between the city and Civic Plus, LLC, regarding the software and electronic communication services for the city's communications system. Anybody want anything pulled off or need clarification? What's that?
Okay.
Okay, all right. Anybody else? Mr. McLean.
I move the items listed on the consent agenda with the exception of item K be approved, accepted, and ratified as presented.
Second.
Your vote, please. That passes 8-0.
I move that item K listed on the consent agenda be approved, accepted, and ratified as presented.
Is that our water tower contract?
I need a second first.
Second. Oh.
Thank you. Yes, that is your water tower maintenance agreement that you have. You've had the agreement with Utility Service Company for 12, 13 years, somewhere in there.
We're going to do it again with somebody? Or?
We've got a different company in mind that we'd like to contract with. Step 1 is to terminate this contract. Assuming you approve that, we'll look to bring back another one to you probably in the next 2 weeks to enter into a new contract with a new company. Is what we're looking at.
Okay, your vote, please. And that passes 8-0. There are no public hearings or bids this evening. Items 4s, we go on to resolutions. We have one resolution tonight, resolution number 7593, executing the settlement agreement and mutual release and any and all other documents necessary between the city and Joseph and Manel Armstrong.
I move the resolution number 7593 be passed and adopted.
Second.
So, as everybody's aware, this has been an ongoing litigation matter. The fire occurred in August of 2021. Recently, we had a court required mediation between all the parties in June, And during that matter, our insurance company, that being Travelers, decided to settle this matter. And so the issue is really Travelers' decision. It's not our decision to make. Travelers will be the one writing the check, not the city of Beatrice. And so tonight is largely just because we're a member of the lawsuit. That's why it becomes before you for approval. But this was Travelers' decision and Travelers alone. So
I think in this particular case, you know, it was settled by basically the insurance company. I would just like to note that I'm always very proud of our fire department and our dispatch because they are professionals. There was no wrongdoing found in this finding or anything listed, so I just want to, you know, clarify that we have an excellent fire department, we have an excellent dispatch, we have an excellent police department, and I'm proud of the job that they do.
Amen. And we haven't,
Amen.
and we haven't changed anything because of this.
Nope, haven't changed a thing. Any other discussion? Your vote, please. And that passes 8-0. We have no ordinance tonight. I don't really think anybody's here for the public forum. If not, Virginia, I believe you are up with the Main Street Quarterly Report.
So I'll first hand this out, and that way you guys can just take a look through it and then pass it on.
Okay.
Darren?
Thanks. Well, I know which one you did.
I know.
I could pick yours out right away, Terry.
Uber standing next to Holton.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the council. First of all, I handed out a copy of the Q3 report. And then also what's going around is just something I figured that it'd be something nice to share with you guys. It's a coloring page that Main Street Beatrice has put out to all the schools. And these are some of the ones, just a small handful of the ones that we got back. Just to kind of give you a look into, you know, what our young people see when they see our historic downtown buildings. So I just figured that'd be kind of a lighthearted, nice touch. So starting on our annual promotion items, events, our next one on the list will be coming up in October is the Night of the Great Pumpkin. And still, like I said, Santa rides and holiday events in December, as well as the holiday shopping guide. That'll be November, December. Then moving down to what Main Street Beatrice is doing in 2025. So this is taking from the, exactly from the list of our agreement with the city. And so on the side, you'll see that I'm just keeping track of the percentage of completion. So that way it's just kind of an easy tracking item. Our E3 awards was completed last quarter. Our 75 business visits, including 40 business retention and expansion, BREs, 20 meet and greets, and 15 marketing, is currently at 87% completion rate. The construction of our downtown business directory, that's 50% completion rate.
Virginia, you want us to interrupt you? You want to wait till the end for questions? Which way?
You can go ahead and interrupt me.
Okay, all right.
Now that you've interrupted.
Well, I just wanted to know how she wanted to do it. So I'm sorry, I just can't remember on your downtown business directory, if you can answer it, what's that include? What are you getting, what information are you getting there?
So basically, with the downtown business directory, I've categorized all the businesses based on kind of like health and beauty, health and wellness, legal, civic. Just trying to think of some of the other categories. So that way it's just kind of an easy guide for those who access it. So like retail shopping, I think is another category. Automotive.
Is this something the public will have access to?
Yeah,
at some point in
absolutely.
time? Okay.
Yeah, and so it was made more for those who don't know what's in downtown, because actually in the last few months it's kind of changed quite dramatically in some of our downtown businesses, but especially those who are visiting our area.
Okay.
And because when you drive down the road, you know, you got to watch traffic and pedestrians. You don't always see, you know, the smaller signs
Right.
that are out.
Yep.
And so this way, this gives the people another opportunity to, you know, kind of maybe plan their trips a little bit more and maybe discover some businesses they didn't realize was in downtown.
Okay,
So.
thanks.
Yep. And then our website refresh, that's currently on hold. We're currently going through some merger talks, and pending the outcome of that, we'll decide how we move forward with that. Our 50% of downtown district buildings inventoried on our booms tracker. That's currently at a 46% completion. We actually have Allie from Main Street, Nebraska, that's coming down later this week, and her and I are going to work for a few days on that. So I'll make a lot of progress with that specifically in the next few days. Our 2 business training workshops, we actually have them scheduled, one on August 28th, July 28th and August 25th. So those are currently scheduled. We have Shannon Filing, who's coming down, and she did our first one. Excuse me. She did our first marketing workshop last month, and that was a very good quality marketing workshop. And then our work with and supporting the city's Raise Grant beautification efforts, that's in progress. And then presenting the quarterly reports, obviously, to the city, January, April, July, and October is 75% complete, as well as submitting monthly financial reports to the city by the 5th of the month. On the next page, what we've been doing in regards to like the businesses, we started a monthly newsletter that has gone out on the 1st of the month or as close to the 1st of the month as possible. Some of you guys may be recipients of that. So that's something that we've had some really good feedback on from people, because it's kind of given people a very centralized place to look for what's going on. And, you know, being that it's, you know, Main Street Beatrice, people kind of know okay, let's see what's going on in downtown. So that has been well received by both the businesses and then people who receive our newsletter. And that number is currently, I think, just under 1,500. So we did just currently submit an application for the T-Mobile grant, for a $50,000 T-Mobile grant. That would cover more Christmas lights, event fencing, and alley mural lighting. We'll find out end of August if we got that. We also, like I said, you know, the marketing workshop, Shannon Filing.
Virginia, I'm sorry.
Yes, go ahead.
The $50,000 T-Mobile grant,
Mhm.
is that all or nothing? If you put in for it, they're gonna give you 50K, or could they give you 5, 10, 15, up to 50?
It's an all or nothing, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
The only reason I ask is if you were only gonna get a percentage of that, which one of those three things were you gonna pick out to do?
Oh, okay, yeah, you know, it's a all or nothing
all or nothing?
thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll either get it or we won't.
Okay.
All right, and then, in that time, we've had 4 businesses that have reached out to us, that are either in the planning process, or in the planning parts of starting up a business. So I've been working with them as well. In that time, we've also had 4 businesses open. And actually, we have a few more than that, but I think a couple of them might have been towards the end of June, early July.
Virginia, I can understand why maybe you can't talk about a possible startup, but can you name those businesses so all of us know what those are?
So I can name the ones that were opened,
Yeah.
but I was gonna say for the ones that are like in the planning
Yeah,
process.
no, I'm not
those I
asking
can't.
for that. No, just the
Yeah.
other ones.
So I was gonna say I have the All Year Long store, the Muse of Yoga, the Revival Salon Collective, Zoe's Soul Food, Mississippi Burning, and like I said, those other 2 that are, I don't remember the actual startup dates. We have the Vintage Sisters, and then the Campbell's Country Store. So that's actually 6 total within, time frame.
Yep.
All right, and then as for downtown properties, in that time frame, we've had 5 commercial property inquiries, whether it be regarding rental, lease, or sale inquiries. We've also had 3 commercial properties that are either currently or upcoming and undergoing renovations. One thing I'll also point out is in our newsletter, I keep kind of a running tally. You may have seen this on the back, usually the back page, is what we currently have available for people for lease, for rent. So that way it just kind of keeps those properties in the eyes of people, so they kind of know what's available to them. And then for community leadership and involvement, Main Street Beatrice received the Gage County Tourism Outstanding Campaign Award for the Beatrice campaign. And then the Historic Preservation Month was that youth coloring page that I sent around for you guys to take a look through. And then in that time, I did go out to Philadelphia, in Pennsylvania for the Main Street America Conference. There was a couple of things that I found quite interesting that other towns in the United States have done. And I'd just like to point those out, just for creativity's sake. Jefferson, Iowa, they have a tall bell tower where visitors can ascend to the top and then overlook the kind of their downtown. And they actually did murals on the top of their buildings. So it's not anything you can see from the ground, but it's something that you have to go up there to see. So I thought that was just something kind of interesting, and I'd like to relay to you guys. Franklin, Louisiana, they recognized that their lampposts were kind of their historic claim to fame. So what they did is they included that in all their marketing, and then they also conduct a dinner under the lamppost where they basically kind of shut down the road and they set up tables and do kind of a fine dining experience. So I thought that was really neat. And then Paducah, Kentucky, they had a blighted historic neighborhood that nobody wanted to buy homes in. And in 2002, they launched an artist relocation program to attract artists into the neighborhood. At present, the area is thriving, and the artist district is not only a creative oasis for artists, but it's now where all the doctors and lawyers want to live. So it was just kind of nice to see how other communities have implemented out-of-the-box creativity, and that I just wanted to highlight that for you guys. Also, during RibFest, we were able to extend the opportunity to 2 local girls that were that had a lemonade stand, and one of our lemonade vendor canceled kind of last minute, but we were able to extend an opportunity to them to join us at RibFest and set up their lemonade stand, and I think they were very excited to be there. And I spoke to them at the end of the day, and it was a very hot day, but they did well. So, just, pulling in that entrepreneurship for our youth was just a great opportunity to get them to join and participate in the activities that go on in the city. And then also continuously being active with the downtown committee. On the back page is just a kind of a synopsis of our 2 events that we had during that time frame. The first one is the Beer and Wine Festival, which was on May 3rd. We had 247 attendees. Registrants came from the top 3 cities, Beatrice, Lincoln, and Marysville, Kansas. A noteworthy amount actually came from various towns in rural Kansas. We had some people attend from Oklahoma, Tennessee, and Texas. Attendees' feedback was incredibly positive. They loved the event and the location. RibFest was June 21st, 2025. We had 643 attendees. We had a barbecue contest. Winners of number 1 was Pickerel Locker and Smokehouse. Number 2, Soul Food on the Go, and 3rd place was Sarah's Southern Comfort Foods. 2 vendors canceled due to excessive heat. Weather impacted our turnout, and attendance was down about 50%. But overall, attendees had a great time, and they enjoyed the food and the music. And lastly, we have upcoming events, the Taste of Downtown, which is scheduled for August 23rd from 1 to 5 p.m. And then Night of the Great Pumpkin has yet to be determined. We have a board meeting tomorrow morning, and we'll probably discuss scheduling that date and making it official tomorrow morning.
Questions, comments, anything else? If not, we'll get off easy tonight. Virginia, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, city administrators report.
Yeah, if you've had a chance to look through there, you see that we've got a number of projects that are going on throughout the community. If you have questions about any of those, let me know. Probably the biggest one is Corral Crossing. If you have not been by there lately, you'll see there's quite a bit of grading work going on. Not today due to the rain, but previous to that, there's quite a bit of grading work that's happening at that particular location. Water line has been installed. Majority of it's already been installed there, so that project is moving forward. 4th and 5th Street, the improvements on those particular roads that we approved the contract the last meeting, we're still waiting on the contract to provide a schedule. And so once we have that, we'll be able to share that with people in the area there to let them know, but right now we're still waiting on that one. And then another one that's out there is obviously the water park. We've got an aquatic study kind of ongoing. Water's Edge was up last week and looked at our current facility, doing as part of that assessment. So that background work is still being done at this point. And then when we're ready to have some information to bring forward to that committee, we'll bring that committee back together. But that's still churning in the background, hasn't fallen off anywhere. It's just part of the exciting part of some of those studies when you start looking at old pumps and that kind of stuff that I figured anybody in the committee really wanted to go look at. So, but other than that, yeah, a number of projects. Dempster's is going on, airport, landfill, Lincoln Street, all those are out there happening. Trying to keep the orange cones to a minimum the best we can. But there are quite a few of them out there.
That's right there in Lincoln. Tobias, I didn't really have any other questions except for the Dempsters. Thanks for ringing that bell. I want to keep that out in the public's eye. They haven't run into a snag, have they?
Not that I've heard of. They've been down there just working away, they being the asbestos removal contractor. in there just working, doing what they have to do. We've got roll-offs back there for them to fill their product up as they come out with the asbestos and it gets hauled off their landfill. But as far as I know, everything's going smoothly down there, and they just kind of keep chipping.
I've seen some traffic in and out, so I just wondered.
Look like in there, the hangar project's been put on some kind of stall because of federal funding or something?
The hangar project's like every other federal project right now, trying to wait for feds to release the money coming out. It's been slow. When talking to Merchant McIntyre, it basically sounds like one or two people are trying to review all of the money coming out from the federal government to make sure that it meets the current administration's requirements. Good news is FAA is starting to see movement on these funds. So hopefully, there's been nothing that says that our project is a problem or an issue. It's just I think a capacity issue, getting that office to be able to look at everything and get it back out.
And the same with the raise grant?
Same with the raise grant, yep.
Okay.
Any other questions? Seeing none, the next regular city council meeting will be August 4th, 2025, right here at 6 p.m. Mr. McLean.
I move the meeting be adjourned at 6:26 p.m.
Second.
Your vote, please. And that passes 8-0. Everyone have a great night.